I'm Jonty, and I'm from the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain. I play the bass ukulele.
First of all, how did the band come together, really, or the orchestra come together?
Well, we did all meet at hairdressing school, as we discussed earlier, but I'd rather you edited that out, if you don't mind. No, it's just we're all like-minded people, and we kind of drifted together between 18 and 22 years ago, just through word of mouth, and then one person would hear, oh, that sounds interesting, and then, oh, come and join the band then. And then it got about 15 years ago, it got to the personnel we have now, and it's kind of stuck like a family we can't get rid of.
You're pretty popular now. I mean, obviously you've been to Japan recently and America, and you go to Europe a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think the appeal is for the audience?
People smile when you pull out a ukulele. It's an amusing, non-threatening, friendly kind of instrument, and we combine that with a bit of humour and self-deprecation on stage, and also we play a bit as well.
What sort of is it in your repertoire? You've got around 100 songs, and you mentioned Prince to Prokofiev even. Could put Pavarotti there. But
Prince to Prokofiev, yes, Nirvana to Tchaikovsky, and some toe tappers, and anything you think that shouldn't be played on the ukulele, we will have a go at. Sometimes successfully, not necessarily always.
If there's a lot of people here who perhaps have never seen a ukulele, what's the brief history, and can you sort of, where it's, I mean, some people will know it, sort of, you know, including Windows Jobbies, so if you could sort of just mention a little bit of the ukulele's history and where we sort of come up to date now.
Sure. The word itself, ukulele, is an Hawaiian word meaning jumping flea. And we believe that the Portuguese sailors came to Hawaii in the 1700s or something, and they didn't have much hand luggage space on those Portuguese man o' war or whatever they were on, and so they had small four-string guitars from Portugal, which I think were called either a cavaquinho or braguinha, depending upon whether you came from Madeira or mainland Portugal, I think. And when they got to Hawaii and they played the ukulele, their fingers were likened by the Hawaiians to jumping fleas. And then the Hawaiians loved the instrument and then found that if you made it out of koa wood, which is only grown in Hawaii, it's particularly resonant and, well, doesn't sound half bad, really.
How easy are they to play and pick up? And you know, if I was to sit there and pick up, no musical knowledge at all, could I get a basher tune out in sort of 2 hours? Yeah,
you could get something half decent together in half an hour, really. We did a thing on BBC Radio last year where they threw us in at the deep end, and we were interviewed at the beginning of the show, which was an hour long, and then they had some children who were on the show because it was a children's radio show, and they said, right, you've got to teach these children to play a song by the end of the programme. And so by the end of the programme, we had the children playing along with us, playing Miss Dynamite, I think we were doing. So it's very easy. Within half an hour or an hour, you can be strumming something. And if you get really frustrated and smash it against the wall, they're cheap.
You mentioned they're cheap. Some are going for £700, some for a lot less. What's the average price, and where would you buy it?
Yeah, difficult to say what an average priced uke is. It's what is an average priced car. You can get an old banger for 100 quid, and it will go for a while, and you can spend thousands and thousands. So it's the same with the ukulele, really. You can pick them up very cheaply, £15, and they do sound okay. Gibson made, you know, the famous guitar company made ukes in the 30s, I believe, and they exchange hands for thousands of pounds. So that's the top end of the market. A decent, half-decent ukulele that we would consider playing would cost between £250 and £500.
They are beginning to get a little bit more popular in popular music. McCartney had some, Johnny Marr, I believe, played a little bit, and there's probably a couple others. That can only be good, really, can't it?
Absolutely. If you dig deep enough, you'll find there's been a lot of people who've actually played a ukulele and may or may not admit it. Joni Mitchell started on uke. Peter Sellers was a big uke fan. George Harrison. So it's always been kind of there. It's just getting a little bit more media exposure now because people have realised it is such a friendly thing. You whip out a uke and everyone smiles, well, for a while anyway.
You're on a bit of a little tour here at the moment.
Yeah.
You're planning to sell out crowds every night. Does that kind of surprise you, or have you got past that sort of?
Personally, it surprises me every night, and it's part of the excitement of doing this job. But then again, I can say, hand on heart, that we are actually entertaining, and people always go away smiling and pleased and happy. You just need to look at our the comments on our visitors book on the website. Daily, you know, it changes with lots of nice things said about us on there. It is entertaining, and it's great to see that we are getting to a slightly larger audience these days.
Could you ever see O2 Arena, Wembley?
Well, you wouldn't be able to see the ukulele from the back, would you? It just looked like a whole load of people doing that on stage. It wouldn't be very exciting in a big arena, I don't think.